Well, this is it, folks. Second last episode. We're almost there. Almost at the end. The last stand. I can really see it because if you've seen episode 9, you can really tell this is what a last stand, X-Men last stand should look like. Oh my goodness. I'm going to just go with like the last shot, the very cruel, very cruel cliffhanger. And that was Wolverine going against Magneto and actually ended up stabbing him through with the claws and then getting ripped apart. Okay, that hurt. That hurt. I was like, no, this is not possible. They're not going to go this way. They're not going to do this. They're not going to do this. And they did it. Magneto gets so angry that he literally rips the metal out. Oh boy, that scene was just, and then it ends, and I was like, there's no way they're doing it like this, and they did it. And then we gotta wait till next week to see what actually happens. Now, one thing I will say about this episode is that they really are bashing on Magneto, but you can tell he's right. I mean, the reason he went all chaotic in the last episode is because of what happened. He tried following Charles Xavier's footstep. He really did, right? Like, if you really think about it, whatever Charles wanted from him, he tried. He tried his best, but it was like continuously. He was willing to go to prison. Like, he was like, all right, I'm going to stand trial. This is what Charles would want. And you can tell he's right. He's hurt. I mean, there is no other way. Like, this fight has been going for how many years? If you take into account all the X-Men stuff, and now X-Men 97 is literally a continuation. It's like 10 more episodes you can add to the original show. So if you take all and everything together, the man's right. Like, there's like, what else can you do? You tried explaining, and he finally, there's a line where he's like, all these years, Magneto waited to tell Charles this, and he literally takes like a metal piece and like plasters it to Charles' face, and he's like, "Shut up!" And I was like, "Man, Magneto had enough," and you can tell that that is the case. And the thing is, it also focuses a lot more on him, the episode, rather than Bastion. Whereas, like, the last few episodes were like, oh yeah, he's the true villain. And all of a sudden, they were going back to Magneto. It's like, no, he is also the villain. Where I wish they went another way around it. It's like, okay, it's been done before. Magneto was basically the main villain throughout the X-Men show. His ideology is like, yeah, he's right, but he's like wrong. We gotta stop him. But in this one, I wish they found another way. I don't know, not know what that way is, but maybe they could have done something else with it. Where it's like, okay, yes, this happened, but he still has control instead of like just going out of control and just losing all hope and just going all chaotic again. I wish there was another way, but it's still fun to see it because he literally went like kind of like Super Saiyan, it in my mind, the way he did and what he did to Earth, like all of Earth is in danger. And that's the other thing, is that they really could have added a few more episodes. It's like sometimes I do feel like that they really wanted to just have 10 episodes, and they're like, okay, what can we do to just go instead of like giving some time, show a bit of the destruction, show a bit what's happening around the world. Maybe have a few episodes where characters just talking. There's no need to have like that much of an action-packed episode. Let things kind of like build up so we can see what's going on out there, how people are reacting, the world in chaos, how the Sentinels and everything kind of these upgraded Sentinels have destroyed the world, or what they did. It would have been great to have those kind of episodes where it's like they just kind of prolonged it so we can kind of calm down and see the situation and kind of feel the situation. But this is like going all full on, just X-Men Last Stand kind of a thing, but done right. For many, it would say done right, because this is how it's supposed to look like. That Wolverine and Magneto stuff was like just charming and hurting and charming at the same time. There was like this freaking fight with Sheen and Mr. Sinister, and it was like all over the place. And then Nathan all of a sudden is a bad guy too, and then things are happening, and it was just way too much. And there's this one point where like Xavier has control over Magneto. You're like, all right, he's gonna literally just hurt him bad and try to control the situation, and then Cyclops comes in and he has to like kind of cut it off. I was like, okay, this is where all those moments can be just a bit more, so you can see like how dire the situation is. Sometimes I feel like some dialogue they say and what they're trying to do, it's just so quick that it's easy to miss some of the details, because just the cuts in the episodes and the editing is just so fast, and what they're trying to do or what objective they're trying to achieve, sometimes it can be like not confusing, which sometimes it can be, but also just be like so fast you can easily miss what the objective was. But throughout, like, I mean, from the start, how the world is kind of like coming to an end. Jubilee was in like danger, and like the storm coming up as a surprise. The episode started in the right manner, and it just took off from there. And the classic costumes, the the classic costumes came back. No, that was gold. All right, this episode again, minus a few like hiccups maybe, and a bit of like the really fast pace, and they could have slowed down. Still like a 9.5 easily out of 10 if you want to put a rating on it. So that's kind of my take. Can't wait for next week. What did you all think about this episode? Leave a comment below. Let me know. Other than that, thanks so much for watching. Thanks for all the support. I'll see you all soon. Until then, ta-da, ek out.